It's not a crunch video. Hello, and how are you doing? Welcome to the day. So, many of you guys know me just as See My Dimple or Sharina, but I'm a lot deeper than that, and I like to talk more about just regular life sometimes, not necessarily let's talk about pica, right? Because our pica problems might stem from other life problems sometimes. So, stressors, things like that. And one of my biggest stressors once upon a time were financial stressors. I was not in a situation where I was able to receive just knowledgeable information from random people or people that were a part of my family and things like that. A lot of the things that I've received in life when it came down to doing better came from my own story of the pretty much the world of the school of hard knocks. My life experiences have helped me. I didn't have a blueprint. Nobody passed it off to me. I did not pay thousands of dollars for someone to tell me what to do. I just had to figure it out by myself, which was pretty hard. And I went through a lot of lessons, and I've lost money. I gained money, all this other stuff. But for the most part, I wish somebody would have told me some things, like in reference to how to save. So since no one told me how to do it, I think that for my own personal life of how I like to do things with business and stuff, it's my job to tell people what I know. And it's not something that I can ever see me being like, come see my seminar. Any seminar. This is YouTube. So excuse my hot mess looking outfit. I'm chilling. And I like to be real and authentically when I do things. So I'm not about to dress up. I'm not about to be face glammed and all that stuff. I just want to talk like how I talk. I want to just talk real and just tell y'all some of the things that I feel might have been a little beneficial to me. And they're going to be random post videos. Sorry, but that's kind of who I am. So I just want to share this way. First things first. Let's talk about how I got out of the projects to moving into my first apartment. So, and when I say that, because I know that might sound like oxymoron, like projects, apartment, isn't it the same thing? Not really. So when you're in a projects, you are living there based off of your income. And what they did was they based it off of my income, and they based it off the amount of children that I had. And at that time, I only had 2 kids. It was Jasmine and Joshua, my 2 older ones. And it was like 2008, and I was actually pregnant with my 3rd child. By that time, my ex and I had separated and stuff, so I just kind of knew things were what they were, but I needed to start over. I was very dependent on him, and I had to get to a place of my own independence, which was not an easy thing to do because, again, that's another video. I was taught or shown, like, if they doing it for you, you can swallow your pride and deal with the stuff that they do. Yeah, so I am definitely the black sheep of my family, and I did not swallow pride to deal with the shit that anybody could do to me and hurt me. So, with that being said, I put my self-esteem and everything else, or not self-esteem, my pride to the side. And by doing that, I had to start all the way over. So at that particular time in my life, I was making like maybe $10 an hour and living in Atlanta. And I moved to this place called Bankhead Courts. Now, Bankhead Courts was a housing unit. And again, housing is based off of your income and the amount of children that you had. So because of that, because they were also getting ready to close down the apartments, to shut them down, because my goal was to get Section 8. But I would get there shortly. But I ended up not receiving it because I moved out prior to, but I'll tell you that in a second. But anywho, $274 a month was what I paid. I received a 4-bedroom, 2-bath unit. I think it was 1.5-bath unit. And the reason why it was a 4-bedroom was because I had a boy and a girl, but since they were getting ready to close down their apartments, they didn't have any 3 bedrooms left. So she was like, well, You can just move in here. You be all right. We're going to close down anyway. We're not letting nobody else move, so you're good. And I was like, oh, okay. It was really cool. Life happened the way it was. The doors and stuff started opening up. My mindset and stuff started to change almost instantly because I realized real quick that wasn't where I wanted to be. I did not want to be raising my kids in the inner city area like that. They literally had an elementary school on the property of the projects. Nope, my kids ain't going to the hood school. Sorry. So, I ain't trying to sound better than, but I had better expectations for myself. So, for the people who don't mind it, hey, I'm here. I get you. I respect it. I got folks that are still in that type mentality and mindset. We still hang it real cool. That's what you choose. That's what you choose. That's not the choice I chose to make. So, I'm sorry. I'm a rambler and I talk a lot. So, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Just want to throw that out there too. But, so I end up moving into the apartment, 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath for $274 a month. And that was also including the utilities. So I was like, damn, that's a steal. And living in Atlanta back in 2008, I'm like, what? And I was there doing my thing, minding my business. I was pregnant too with my daughter. And life was what it was. However, again, I knew that's not where I wanted to stay, but I didn't know how to get to a place to say, let me save money. When I would do what people would tell you to do, like if you want to know how to quote unquote get rich, talk to the rich. So yeah, they don't want to tell you shit. I hate to tell you, but they didn't share information. I went to people that I knew that had money and it seemed like they were invested well and stuff like that. And a lot of them were more so family members. Didn't share shit. It was just like, you just got to do the work. Okay, so what's the word? Oh, you don't know, or you just ain't going to tell me? Oh, so you want me to find out the hard ways like you too. Okay, fine. That's why I'm making these videos. So what I end up doing or found out really quick is that people are not interested in giving their information on their success. People are not happy to do that. It's just on my face. I'm sorry. Right now my skin is so disrespectfully dry. I'm a whole licensed master cosmetologist. I take good care of my skin, but this Georgia heat and sun is being very, very, very disrespectful to me. Anywho, so I'm sitting here like, well, no one wants to tell you, so what do? So I first started off by effing up. I would pay all of my bills all at one time, and then I have enough money to have gas. But I paid my rent. I paid everything. I just don't have no gas money until my next paycheck. So that was a fail. And then I realized the every 2-week method. And every 2-week method helped me out a ton. So what you do is you take all of your bills, you run them in halves. The first checks of the month, put all the money aside. This last parts of the month is going to go to the first part of the next month. So you're kind of a month-ish ahead. So I would put the money that I received from the first half of the month, put that up to the side. The rest of the money would go to pay the rest of that. And that was normally good for like paying your rent. My utilities, I broke those up based off of which one was due during what time of the month. The ones that were due like maybe on the 10th, the first check of the month, they went with those set of bills or that income. And then the second set of bills that was maybe due towards like the 20th or so, it would go with that break of the second 2 weeks of the pay that I received. Like that's what worked for me. And that's what I did. I never was behind on the bill, never been late. I still live that life right now. Shit, over 10 years, almost 20 years later. So, it's just like, it worked for me. So I finally got the rhythm of paying the bills and paying them right, where I wouldn't be paid all the bills out my first check and then not have no money until my second check. I figured out that part quick because I messed up the first 2 months. Okay. Now I want to figure out how you save money. Well, how do you save money? Oh, you just put it in savings. That's what my family member said. You just put it in savings. But how? You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed help. Like, show me what that means. What do you mean I just put it in savings? Of course, since I didn't receive that resource, I found myself treating my savings account like a bill. I didn't bring no paper to write with. This would have been such a good thing to have. Sorry, y'all. So just think of it like this. hypothetically speaking, your rent for your apartment, in my situation, we're going to use round numbers. So we'll say $300. My rent was $300 a month. The expectation to the place I wanted to move into was $600 a month. So if it's $600 a month to move out of the hood or move out of the projects to a decent apartment, the difference is $300. Well, do I make enough money? How do you figure that out? You start to train the way you play. That's how you figure it out. So that means that if you want to move into this place, you pretend to have that amount as your amount. So that $600 was actually a bill for me. So what I would do is the $300 I would pay to my rent. And then on the next paycheck, the other $300, that would go into my savings account. Because I treated my savings account like a bill. Because that was technically the bill I wanted to eventually have. And I did that until it was time for me to move out and have, to move into my place. And once I did move out, I had over $5,000 in my savings account. And that was in less than a year's time. Because I also did the thing of, okay, well, if I had real utilities, what would the average amount of them be? So that amount I would put in my savings account. Like I literally fed my savings account like I wanted it to, like I was living that life. And I didn't treat it like it was a savings account. Mentally, for me, the money left. I never felt like I had that money. People need to stop thinking that your savings account is your reservoir of, oh, I can just pull from here. Because you should not be pulling from your savings account monthly to pay your bills. If you're doing that, you're doing something wrong. You need to reevaluate some shit. Because that shouldn't be for that. Your monthly bills should come from your paycheck. Your savings account should be paid like it is a bill. Even once I finally reached a goal and moved into my place and was able to maintain paying $525 a month for that particular apartment when I moved into it, I still paid my savings account every single month. Every single month, one of my second pay week, it never failed. At least $150 to $300 to $200 went into my savings account every single month. Period. And that is how I was able to work on learning how to save. So we're going to go a little deeper on some more videos and stuff, but this is right here is just kind of the start, just to get the conversation going. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm literally going to just post and go because I'm not really big on graphies and all that other stuff like, hey girl, I'm doing this. Yay. I don't know how to do all that. But I do know how to talk real, and I do know how to keep things honest. And if you ask me questions, I can definitely give you some of the guidance that I use based off of my life experiences. This may or may not work for you. I'm just telling you what worked for me. So we can get into a bigger conversation in reference to how to sustain things like that, how to move from a house to another house when you know you're going to have a higher mortgage, how to move from your apartment to a house. I definitely got a method to the madness on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, first house moment was like, what the hell? Who got a down payment? But then I learned about HUD homes. And you gotta love 2011 because that was the year of HUD homes. Like, blah, it was amazing. So with any type of information that I have, trust and believe I'm going to give it. I have zero reason to die with this knowledge or skill set or anything that I can give away to somebody. If I can give it away, here you go. You can have it. At the end of the day, you the one that got to do it. You the one that got to say, can I be disciplined enough to do this? Because I'm not going to lie, it takes a lot of discipline. And I'm also not going to lie to you when I tell you that you're going to have to possibly change your friends, your circle, your family, some of the people that might be around you and might not necessarily look to you to be a decent person because they see your struggle right now. Just because you're struggling right now don't mean that you're supposed to be in the struggle forever. Kiss my whole ass to that one. I'm sorry, y'all. I cuss. So just know, I want to get to know you. I want to speak as much realness as I can, but I want to speak something that's going to be beneficial to you to be able to move forward in your own life. I have a lot of shit to share. So I think that I'm at a place now where, hell, my voice needs to be heard. And one of my girlfriends kind of called a sister out. So I was like, you know what? We're going to start talking about it. So that's what we're doing. I hope everybody has an amazing day. And I'm definitely going to hit y'all up with some more content because I got plenty of shit to share. Be blessed.